Hello, my name is Claudia Laurent, and my informative speech topic is low income families. I would like to apologize in advance for the quality of my video. It is not that great. And I thought that my sister and my mom would be my audience today, but I do live alone and they live an hour away from me, and our conflicting schedules have made that impossible right now. I will try my best for the next speech to have them as my audience. My topic is low income families. My specific purpose for this topic is to inform my audience of how low income families are affected by the lack of opportunities that surround them, such as health, education, job, and career opportunities. Low income families is a term to the measure of poverty in the United States. According to new research analysis of government data, about 29% of Americans live in a low income family. For example, in 2016, living in the New York and New Jersey metro area for a family of one, you would have to make around $30,000 a year to be considered middle class. As a college student, most of us don't make that much. Did you know that low-income families are more susceptible to poor health, education, and career opportunities? According to the National Center for Children in Poverty, statistics show that in 2014, children living in families with incomes below 48,000 for a family of four with two children were referred to as low income. Here in 2016, income inequalities are still growing, and the negative effects are continuously rippling through the low-income community. Poverty can be considered a chain reaction, often affecting generation after generation. A reaction that often interferes with healthcare, food consumption, resources, transportation, living arrangements, proper clothing, water supply, heat, electricity, and many more. Many families have needs that by far surpass the needs mentioned above. Many of us have no idea what it's like to live in poverty. Health is the most significant factor for every individual. An article that I read entitled "The Impact of Poverty on the Current and Future Health Status of Children" states that family income is key determinant of healthy child development. Children in families with low income often miss out on the range of opportunities that are often available to children from a higher income family. On average, children living in low income families or neighborhoods have poorer health outcomes. Furthermore, poverty affects children's health not only when they are young, but also later in their lives as adults. The first few years of life after are marked by development at a scale and pace that is unsurpassed later in childhood and sets the foundation for subsequent growth and development. In addition to crowded and unsafe, healthier food choices aren't always affordable or available. A lot of low-income families only have one parent. That takes away from the nourishment of the children. These factors are more likely to have a negative effect on the child's education. School readiness reflects a child's ability to succeed both academically and socially in a school environment. It requires physical well-being and appropriate motor development, emotional health, and positive approach to new experiences, age-appropriate social knowledge, and competence. It is well documented that poverty decreases a child's readiness for school through aspects of health, home life, school, and neighborhood. Education opportunities are equally affected by low income. An article impacted the children states that children from already behind. An article called "Impact of Poverty on Educational Outcome for Children" states that children from low-income families often start school already more behind than their peers. The incidence, depth, duration, and timing of poverty all influence a child's educational attainment, along with community characteristics and social network. This causes a lack of motivation to learn. The cycle often continues if measures are not taken to properly access these issues, but in most low-income neighborhoods, schools lack proper funding for books, programs, and necessary technologies that will be beneficial for a student's future. Building a pathway that leads out of poverty requires hard work and persistence. However, low income families will do all it takes to reach economic independence if given the means. To create the opportunities, service providers and the government must come together as partners to create necessary support needed to escape poverty. Poverty is harder to escape than ever before as jobs that can support a family continue to require increasing levels of education. This is particularly hard on, let's say, a single mom who is the head of her household and faces the overwhelming challenges of juggling childcare and her job. Career and job opportunities become inaccessible because of the trickling effect of low income, which leaves individuals unqualified and undereducated. When an individual doesn't have access to the proper resources, such as education, the job market shrinks, leaving little to no room for improvement. It is well documented that poverty decreases child's readiness for a school through aspects of health, home income, schooling, and neighborhood. Low-income families continue to suffer from the harsh realities of poverty. Health, education, and career opportunities are still scarce. In order for the cycle to end, it must be properly assessed and resolved. It is very hard to maintain a healthy socioeconomic status when faced with the effects of poverty. That is all for my speech. I have a lot of works cited references below, and I will upload that in the week 1 section. Thank you.